Today, we're going to visit the biggest Disneyland in the world. But first, let me explain something. I almost visited all the Disney theme parks in the world. This will be my last one. Today, we're gonna complete this Disney park collection, visiting the Magic Kingdom style park in Shanghai. The park, it's pretty different from what we're used to.
First of all, it's the latest built, which was opened 16th of June 2016, and it costs $5.5 billion. The newest attraction in this park is Zootopia, Hot Pursuit, and the whole Zootopia area, which is really popular here in China. First of all, I just wanted to show you the main street, which is not called Main Street here, but it's Mickey Avenue. And it's a really wide street. Every building is themed and dedicated to different Disney characters. This first one is Scrooge McDuck, which is my favorite Disney classic character. All of his stories, like adventure stories, are my favorite. And then every building, it's for different characters. We have Mickey the Magnificent. It's like kind of like Mickey the Magician house kind of vibe. Goofy's toys with like Goofy's house. Let me show you the masterpiece of this park, the Enchanted Storybook Castle in all its glory. It's the biggest, widest Disney castle, but we'll talk about it in a second. First, a little bakery with a lot of good food actually. It smells great in here. These cookies seems... Okay, well, I guess we can get some stuff. I'd rather have savory stuff. Oh, they have a bagel? Perfect. And ooh, this is kind of like a calzone, mushroom, vegetarian, perfect. Even a carbonara croissant. What? The Italian in me is getting stressed now. We start the day with some savory pastries and hot chocolate and coffee. It's like calzone. Let's try the coffee. Oolong coffee milk tea. Actually also really good. And let's try also the hot chocolate. Milk chocolate. Classic, even like the American one. It's not the Italian one, which is really thick chocolate. And then we got a salmon bagel. The warm one I prefer, but it's still good. Of course, as you saw, I'm here with Kelsey.
Ciao. I mean, hello.
First of all, let's see Walt statue. A little different. It's like a young Walt going and traveling around the world.
It's actually the same as California Adventure Park in Anaheim. Maybe one of my favorite statues.
But now let's get into the Gardens of Imagination, because yeah, the main street is short, then it opens up on one side and on the other side in a kind of like a round way. There's also access to Disney Town, which is basically the downtown Disney, straight from the park on this side. And then from here we enter the main plaza, Garden of Imagination. Then we have the carousel, the famous Disney carousel, that in this case it's just in the main plaza, not behind the castle. And Dumbo Flying Elephant, which is still here, but again, in front of the castle. Castle that, again, is the biggest Disney castle. I think my favorite one is still the Hong Kong one. First Hong Kong, then Paris, and then this castle. And also, the castle is representing all of the princesses. Not only one, all of them. The closer you get, the coolest it gets. So many little details and characters. The mice from Cinderella, Chip and Dale, the main door which is closed. This is the restaurant. Seems really cool. Also more expensive, but the plates are very interesting for sure. Like, look at these.
The restaurant does have a fixed menu and price. It starts around $40 per person, excluding drinks.
There's a little area where you can bring kids to dress up, and then there's beautiful mosaic of different princesses. It's just beautiful, the most beautiful inside of a castle area ever. Let's see, there's also a store here. Let's explore this store. It's a princess store with stuffed animals and all princess merch and stuff, dolls. Once Upon a Time Adventure. Okay, let's go. And this is the only castle with a real attraction inside and one that goes underneath. Tiana, Mulan, Pocahontas, Jasmine, Belle, Ariel.
The inside of the castle is truly magical.
And then you can see the whole story. It's her.
The way the classic Snow White story is told, it's amazing. And also you get to go outside on a little terrace with a fountain in the castle. It's amazing. Just don't miss it.
This is the best attraction inside the castle because it's an actual attraction. Fantasyland, it develops sideways on this side and the other side because in the center we have this other attraction. Looks like a mix between a Jungle Cruise and a storybook style attraction. Maybe we'll do it later. One thing I don't like about this park is that often you can see like warehouses where they have attractions. Not really super themed like that one. It is themed, but I would have put, they have a little tower there. I would have put another one like there. Make the shape a little bit different instead of warehouse. Give it a different shape, just a little bit, just to make it more interesting visually. Because you know, you pass the beautiful castle and then you look in front and you see that. Either taller trees or, you know, it's covered in some way because it's not my favorite. And there's a bunch of these things around, like themed warehouses. But the shape is important, I think. But let's go through Fantasyland here, which mainly has some restaurants, shops, and things like that, plus this ride down here. They have Winnie-themed pizza, and the design is it's great. It's pretty classic, and then they have tables down there. The normal pizza looks better than the Pooh pizza. Okay. Let's first test the pizza with pineapple, which for Italians is not, you know, the best, but I think it's pretty good. The pineapple is really good, so, I mean, I like it. Now let's test this, like, kimchi rice thingies. Really not sure what it is. Tastes kind of like lasagna, the Italian dish, but it's like a Chinese version of it with these like rice sticks. I don't know. It's really yummy. I like it. I think I like more this than the pizza. Minnie and Mickey like a little shop. There's a meet and greet back here. That's the Crystal Grotto attraction that I was telling you about. Some cotton candy areas. There's Peter Pan flights here. A Peter Pan ride on steroids, basically. This is the loading area. As you can see, the boats are actually bigger. As I said before, it's a Peter Pan on steroids. If we go this way, we get to Tomorrowland. But we are in the left side of the park, which is not usually where Tomorrowland is. Why is that? I have no idea. They just decided to switch things around, and it's a very different Tomorrowland. But actually, before we get to Tomorrowland, we have Toy Story Land to cross. The best Toy Story Land is, of course, in Orlando, because, you know, there's the coaster. But here, it's well themed. Again, warehouse back there. Blue, yes, but still a warehouse. It's weird for me to see those kind of things at Disney. Anyway, we have Jessie welcoming us to the land. And then there's a lot of colorful, beautiful details. And I think there's a extra attraction. Well, there's Andy Backyard Games, which is kind of like a arcade-ish thing with like, besides meet and greets, they also have like small little fanfare attractions. Then if we go through, we get to the Soldiers, which is just a bathroom. It looks beautiful though. Then there's the entrance for Slinky Dog. We have Rex down there and RC Racers with the Pixar ball. Here it is, the extra attraction. Is kind of like the Big Hero one in Tokyo. It's kind of like a teacup swinging ride with Woody's horse. They're mainly all flat rides. This is a really cool toy store. Oh, there's RC Racers. Oh, there's also, I completely forget the name, but the Triceratops. And then Rex. Oh, these are my favorite things. This is the Toy Story ones. I mean, they're cool, but not my favorite. The one in the Pirates area are the best. And also see another building, another warehouse. Again, see, it's not very Disney. Okay, we're finally getting to Tomorrowland. So this Tomorrowland opened with the park and it has Tron Legacy, which we're going to do now. There's a stage in the area and then there's Tron itself. Now, let's do Tron first. Then we're gonna go into Toy Story.
This clip is from a few hours early because we were staying at the hotels and you get 1 hour of early access, which we used to do a few rides like Zootopia, Tron, a few times.
5, minutes at least 3 times. Because, you know, in the early day, it gets really high a few times. So I enjoy it a bunch of times. Even though at night it might be really cool, but we'll see, we'll see. This one doesn't have lockers inside. You just put everything into like a cart and they give you back everything at the end. I don't know if there's usually a pre-show here, but it's off. This is the launching station. The inside is classic. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know the Orlando version, but very similar. The Coma launched coaster. And we walk straight on Tron. I'll see you on board. It's a great ride, but short. I always have so much fun. Front row, best row. If you did it in Orlando, it's literally the same ride. Now let's go have a run at Toy Story.
This Toy Story ride, it's similar, but with a different design inside. More dark, I would say, and I loved it.
It's the same concept, it's a shooting dark ride, but it's laid out in a different way. I think it's easier, the gameplay itself, because it's a game at the end of the day. But I actually liked it a lot. And then finally there's a burger place, fast food style restaurant. It has cool burgers. The vegetarian option wasn't that great. We tried it yesterday. To be honest, all the vegetarian options in this park are pretty much the same. They put mushrooms everywhere, which is cool, but they don't taste like much, if I have to be honest.
And then yeah, there's this mandarin-shaped flat ride. I didn't try it. I'm not a big fan of flat rides, but it looks fun.
Let's keep going into Fantasyland, which is pretty big in this park. There's now here a sing-along show with Elsa and Anna for Frozen, but we did 2 shows, the Pirates of the Caribbean show and the Mickey Adventure book, which is the same one as in Hong Kong, the Wanderer's book. The one in Hong Kong is better, so I would advise if you're doing both, to just watch it there, and here you can skip it. It's pretty much the same. There's like a couple of different scenes than the other one, but basically it's the same. And the pirate one, it's cool. It's all the shows here though are in Chinese. So in Hong Kong, I did the book one and it was better because I could understand, and that helps. There's not even subtitles. So that said, maybe the show are skippable. They're cool, but you know, nothing that will change your life. And here there's a Tangled Tree Tavern, it's called. It looks super well themed and cool. The food in this park is interesting. Not my favorite of all Disney park I've visited. Still Tokyo is my favorite, but you can order food here and then you can go eat outside. If we keep going, we get to a Winnie the Pooh themed carousel. I don't know if I'm crazy, but this smells like honey. I don't know if there's odorama in here? Right in front of it, there's the Seven Dwarf Mine Train. Kind of like the one in Orlando. It's pretty much the same, a few little differences, but it's closed for refurbishment, which is pretty sad. But you know, we can do it in Orlando soon. Because yep, I'll be there for Epic Universe and to do all the Disney parks again, why not, in May. So subscribe to not miss those videos when they'll come. Now here we have the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. It's just the classic Winnie the Pooh ride. It's the same version as Hong Kong, which I recently showed on the channel, but you know, the Winnie the Pooh warehouse, look, that's not a flat warehouse. It has movement, like just that makes it way better. I'm entering Zootopia, the newest addition to the park and soon to be expanded, if I'm not mistaken. But we're getting into the city. There's a lot of cool details, like the size of animals and size of everything, like the lights here. But then there's a lot of elements like that everywhere. That's the disco. It's very, very, very colorful. It's a mix of the different habitats of the animals. Giant billboard trailers for movies. This is an ice house. All the signs are so cool. And that's the Police Academy, which contains the main ride, which we actually did this morning since we had early access. And I'll just show you right now. Whoa, this is a cool animatronic. I love him. Lucky Chomp. But then we get into the police. Oh, this is the officer, 2 main characters. Here's the chief, giant hairpods. 3 meters, but also the super small size. The actual prisons. Remember to clean yourself. The food of the prison. Oh, it's a pie. She escaped again. Oh, I think she hates gazelle. This is the loading station and it's a trackless dark ride. Oh, there she is. There's more screen than I was expecting in this ride, but even though there's a lot of screens and the effects are really well made, there's some stuff on the eyes, especially in the first scene, which is a little bit weird. It looks like they're, I don't know, maybe they're not too bright. I'm really not sure. It's kind of like Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway in a way, but in a different way. Still though, a really technically good attraction. Now, we also tried the giant viral popsicle of Zootopia. They give you like a small one and a big one. It's really cool. It's like 200 yuan, 230 yuan, something like that. We shared it with my friend Jack, and it's really bad. Like, it's strawberry chocolate around, and then the inside is kind of like a fluffy marshmallow thingy. So it's really too much sugar. It's like you can divide it in the whole family, maybe even more as dessert, but it's really cool visually, but there's way more cooler things you can buy as dessert in the park. Anyway, the Zootopia station with a train, and then there's a giraffe car. Everyone is taking themed pictures, and everyone is super themed. They go really hard on cosplaying, and they love Zootopia. I mean, it's a great movie. Not my favorite, but it's for sure great. It's gonna get bigger and bigger here, and literally you can get lost in details and little things everywhere. Oh, there's another one of those coin stand. Let's see if there's anyone that's cool. No. Not for me. Oh, and this is our parking spots. There's also a small bench down there. And there's a giant bench here. And then down there there's a car. It's like a parking. And yeah, they're building stuff back here. So I think a new coaster is coming, even though there's not new details right now. I guess we'll see at some point. Also, they're building a new hotel. Now, on the right, we go back to Fantasyland, but on the left, we go towards Treasure Cove. Probably my favorite area. I think it might be included in Adventure Isle area. But anyway, it's the Pirates of the Caribbean themed area with the attraction, the iconic Pirates attraction, which here, it's something else, literally on another level. We're going there right now, and it could be for sure one of my favorite Disney attractions. Maybe the second favorite. At first place, Rise, because technically it's just a better ride, but I love Pirates more as a franchise, and you know, this gets a second place because it's just a very crazy cool water ride. And this all Pirates area has Hans Zimmer themed music, which makes it amazing. Hans Zimmer is great. On the lake, you can do canoeing, kind of like in Orlando and California. But let's go to the ride. 15 minutes throughout the day. It never gets queues too high. I mean, on weekdays. The queue is really cool. Oh my gosh, that cat is not... I hope he's just sleeping. This is a huge station. And wait till you see the boats. it's just something else on another level. Also, there's a restaurant, Barbossa Bounties restaurant, the best boat ride I've ever been on. It has sound on board, sound outside. It's a mix of things. The story is very clear. You can understand, you have to retrieve this treasure on the bottom of the ocean, but Davy Jones wants the treasure too, so Jack fights Davy Jones and you help Jack through these. It's a magnetic pneumatic system, I think, the ride itself, which is unique, invented by Disney. It's really cool. From a technical standpoint and from a story standpoint, from a brand standpoint, it has everything to be the best pirate ride. It's very different than the other ones. Yes, that's true. But at the same time, it is the best. Snack area with Tortuga treats. And let's go explore the boat. Siren's Revenge. Oh, and here there's a coin area. These are the coolest coin. Look at them. These two in the middle. Come on. They're like $8 each.
So we went exploring the boat. It has some really cool areas and photos opportunity, with a lot of reference from the movies and interactive areas.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen. So it would seem.
We're almost at the Venture Isle, and on the left here, let's go do soaring. Soaring over the horizon. It should be similar to the other soaring that they're on the world, but with a different ending. Let's see the inside though. It usually gets a lot of long lines in the afternoon, so you should do it early. This steaming, I love it way more than the classic soaring. Let's see how's inside. Oh, it's more adventurous. I love it. Come on, this is so cool. It reminds me of Indiana Jones in Tokyo. Whoa. Differently than every other soaring I've ever seen, it doesn't end in a Disney theme park with the final fireworks show, but it ends in Shanghai with the fireworks in the city itself. Now, this adventure area is mainly Chip and Dale themed. There's a lot of Chip and Dale. I wish they had more Scrooge McDuck, because they're like DuckTales, the adventures. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, there's a kid peeing in the bushes. Great. Oh my gosh. Anyway, there's an adventure park inside the park, which now we're going to do because it looks amazing. And it goes over the river rapids, which we're gonna do later. If I can find a poncho or something like that. You have to put everything in the lockers and then you can go do the adventure things.
I'm invincible!
Uh-oh. No hands. Oh, this moves a lot. Whoa. Oh, Mamma Santa. It was interesting. Some stuff were scary, especially if you're scared of heights. Good for kids, good for normal big humans. It's cool, it's fun. Now let's move towards River Rapids. Let's see if we can find like a poncho or something. You might get wet. I'm not sure, maybe some effects are turned off in this season. Let's see. Get a poncho, $15. It's actually cool. It's reusable. You can use it in. It's more of like
A jacket.
rain jacket, like a long rain jacket. It's time for Roaring Rapids. They're selling illegally ponchos. Whoa! Oh, wow! Such a cool ride, and the animatronics halfway, big crocodile animatronic halfway was like unexpected, but really cool. And you get kind of wet. My pants are a little bit, still worth it. Roaring Rapids, really good ride. And this was Adventure Isle. There's also a restaurant and there's the canoeing. So near the castle, there's the maze of Alice in Wonderland, which we're gonna explore now. Well, Labyrinth is a cool experience overall. It's based off the movies, and that I love. It has the soundtrack of the movies, if I'm not mistaken, and that I also love. And then there's a lot of things that you can explore, see a lot of photo ops. So there's a lot of people just taking photos, but it's really great. I loved it. And then it's like right here at the castle, so you have a great view of the castle too. Little ice cream, and we're gonna watch the parade now. Honestly, one of the best parades I've ever seen. It's really well made. All the floats of the parade were really giant, big, colorful, beautiful. Every car, every part of the float had a different soundtrack. And I think the main speakers had a bass soundtrack, and then every car would sync with that and played their own music, which was really cool actually. I loved it. Okay, I guess we're gonna wait for the night to come, and then we're gonna do a quick tour to show you the park at night. Here we go! Welcome to the night time! This park at night, it shines, literally, it's really beautiful. Let's go quickly explore it. There's some snow there. I guess they do like a little show in Main Street for Christmas.
At night, the park becomes alive, starting with the main street.
And they have some projections on buildings. And there's the castle down there. It's beautiful, with the snow especially. I love this Christmas time here. Main Plaza and Carousel are really cool. People are already lining up for the show. I know, maybe there's a part... No, the Christmas parade, yes. Yes, parade right here. We saw it yesterday. It's cute, but nothing really worth the wait, and I'd rather do attraction.
There's also a Marvel pavilion that we went exploring.
That's cool. Marvel merch, Spider-Man, oh, Iron Man, armor, that's cool. And then there's an exclusive store. Basically, meet and greet in stores. Oh, these are the coin of this area. The Spider-Man one, and Spider-Verse, it's kind of cool. And then there's a store with some merch, minifigures. Ooh, these are actually cool. I would like this one. Oh, you can buy it like straight here or get a mystery box.
My favorite part is Zootopia, which at night becomes even more alive. You can see the inside of the shops, of things happening. It's very bright, it's a city. Really amazing, don't miss it at night. And the weirdest thing, it's Tron, because it's RGB, and it feels like a cheap knockoff, which is not, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. If it was going between, you know, like orange and blue, which are the two main colors of the ride vehicles from the movie, I could be like, okay, makes sense, but RGB? Why? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let me know what you think about it. And then of course, we did the attraction that I was telling you about before that goes underneath the castle, which is basically a storybook style ride with a skipper, kind of like Jungle Cruise, even though the skipper doesn't do much, and goes around different areas with different statues of princesses and parts of Disney movies, and has a different and more magical ending underneath the castle itself. After that, we just stopped for dinner.
Soup dumplings and soup for dinner, a light dinner.
Before going to see the show, and for it we got reserved seating to properly enjoy this big, huge show in front of this amazing castle. And we actually had a perfect view.
The final show was very interesting. Not my favorite. A few parts were like very like techno style, which worked for the style, but not my personal favorite. And also all the songs were in Chinese, so again, you don't understand. Like you know what they're saying, but it's different than like listening to them in English, where it's a little bit better. I prefer the Hong Kong show personally, but the front row that we got for $30 each was honestly worth it. It was a great viewpoint, great music. The only thing, the really far fireworks, we couldn't see super well. But besides that, it was amazing. And the whole day at the park was also great. I had so much fun. The park is big, there's a lot of things that we can do, and it's a little bit of a different park, a different Magic Kingdom style park, which I also really appreciated. So overall, it's for sure a park that I recommend visiting if you can, and I'm curious to see where it's gonna go in the future, how it's gonna expand, because it's a really promising park, for sure. Not my favorite, but castle-wise, this is my third favorite. First being Hong Kong, then Paris, and then this one. Hope you enjoyed this adventure. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you very soon in the next adventure.